Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new around here, my name is Ciaran and I self-converted this Ford Transit Mark 6 into a tiny home on wheels. But one thing I haven't done, and I've been meaning to do it for a while, is paint the outside of the van. It's a 20-year-old van and the bodywork needs quite a bit of TLC, and in all honesty there's about 50 shades of yellow on there just because of the age. And we're going to change that in this video. So I've wanted to paint it for a long time, and a couple of paint body shops quoted me about 3-4 grand. So being the absolute peasant of DIY, I'm going to do it for less than £200. Let's get started, shall we? So I've been advised by a couple of good friends of mine to not do this outside. But that's exactly what we're going to do. I've looked at the forecast, there's no rain for the foreseeable future, and the first thing we need to do is take off the external mods like the ladder, the wheel. I'm not going to take off the external wheel mount because that's going to be permanent, the external sun visor at the front, and also the light at the front. So that's the first job of the day. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Okay, so all the external things are off, the wheel's off, ladder is off, sun visor's off, and what I've done now is I've just gone around and marked up where there's any surface rust coming through. So now what I'm going to do is just grind them back and use our trusty little Cure Rust treatment, and then I guess start sanding. Not looking forward to that. So we have treated the rust, filled in any dents and imperfections. Now, I guess we have to sand the van. Once we sand it, we could go ahead and put the primer on and then paint. I'm not looking forward to the sanding. It's probably going to take a while, but we got to do it. A little bit of a update. There's probably going to be lots of time lapses of me sanding and being bored out of my head, but so far we have sanded the back part of the roof and the back doors, and I guess next up is start the sides, start from the top and work our way down. I'm hoping it's not going to be as long as other people's vans because one, it's a medium wheelbase, and two, most of my van is window, so that's a little bit of a bonus. But so far it's going well, I think. I don't need to take the paint back to bare metal just to get rid of the shine, I believe, but I'll be glad to finally not see the college sign on this bus. But yeah, of course I decided to do this on one of the hottest days of the year. It is what it is. As long as it's not raining, we're all good. Let's crack on and do some more sanding. I am now starting to look like the Simpsons from Wish. But we're slowly getting there. This panel's done. Just starting the next panel and the roof. Progress, baby. So I've finally sanded the van. It actually looks a lot more yellow than what it was before. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Nah, who am I kidding? That was a long day, especially in this heat as well. It's about 31, 32 degrees Celsius, if any Americans are watching. But yeah, what a day, what a long day. Next step is to tape up anything I don't want painting. So that's the windows, the wheels, the door handles, anything that's sticking out basically. And I haven't actually told you what colour I'm going to be painting the van yet. And I'm still not going to tell you until I open the tin. So let's get this taped up and ready for primering. I almost forgot one thing. This. Before we go around and mask anything up, I'm just going to quickly go over the van with this panel wipe just to get off any residual dust or any excess dirt that's left on the van to give it a nice clean canvas to apply the primer. So let's quickly whack this on. All right, so we are all taped up and ready to go. I guess, I was gonna say there's no turning back now, but there really is no turning back now because the van's been sanded. So we have a grey primer. Here we go. I am rollering it on. I'm just using a brush just to get the corners before rollering. Such a headache from these fumes. Just keep rolling, 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 roll. What? Rolling, 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 roll. Thing is, I have to accept that it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a million times better than what it was before, because on camera my van doesn't show that it's 50 shades of yellow and all these little cracks and indents and bits and pieces, you know. So even though it's not going to be perfect, because for one, I absolutely hate painting and I'm starting to regret every decision of this. And two, I've forgotten what I was talking about, to be honest. I have such a headache from breathing in the fumes of this primer. But we're getting there. We are getting there. And here we are, the final colour of the van. Nah, it's just the primer. The primer is done. Just need to sand back any little notches and things just to try and make it as smooth as I possibly can. I have an absolute banging headache from the paint fumes. Literally been doing this all day, but we're nearly there. I'm gonna sand some bits down and then paint it the new colour. Okay, we are going to be painting the van the new colour today, but we have encountered a little bit of a problem. When priming my wings yesterday, because these wings were new when I bought the van, we rattle canned it with some paint and the primer is reacting badly to the paint on here. Even though I did sand it, it was just peeling off. I don't know if you can see there. It's just a little bit ropey, so I think I need to sand back both wings and reprime it and maybe take it back to metal. We will see, but that is the first job of this day. But we're getting there, we're getting there. The sun's out, beautiful day, primer will dry quickly. Let's get it. Okay, the van is finally ready for its new color, and I can now reveal the color. Yellow. We have decided to stick with a yellow van because
it's iconic. Come on.
Well, it's iconic to us.
To us.
Maybe not you, but to us. And it just felt fitting to keep it yellow as well. Like I said at the start of this video, it was like 50 shades of yellow, and we like the yellow, but this time we've gone for a little bit more of a orangey yellow. So hopefully no more 50 shades. Let's start painting. One small step for Ciaran, one giant leap for the channel. Are you ready? You can't really see, can you? She's on a smaller ladder. All right, here we go. The first roll.
It's so hot.
I know. The first bit of the new paint is on. So I think we're going to do at least 2 coats, maybe 3. But we will see how it goes. This is exciting. Why strip a van down completely to paint it the same colour? It is coming on nicely. There really isn't much difference in the old colour to this colour. Same, but different. But yeah, saves a few grand, I guess. Just can't wait for it to be finished. I do not want to do this again because it is a lot of work. And a lot of the work goes into prep, as a lot of people may know, but we're getting there. We are getting there. I think 3 coats, job will be a good one. So now I realised why people say don't paint outside, especially a yellow vehicle, because bugs are highly attracted to it and they're sticking to the new paintwork. oh well, fossilized bugs wherever I go. Anyway, the second coat is now complete and it's really starting to take shape. So gonna let that dry for a little bit and then apply the third and hopefully final coat. Although I reckon it might need 4 coats, but we will see. Time is ticking, the sun is setting, so hopefully it's not too long before I can apply the third coat. But it is looking beautiful. Very nice. Okay, so as you could tell from that last clip, it got pretty dark. I ended up painting till about 11 o'clock at night, going around with a torch, making sure that I've covered any patchy bits. I've reconditioned the bumpers, I've painted all the external things like the ladder. All the external modifications are back on the van, and I think the van is done. Are you ready for the reveal? Let's do this. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I have successfully roller painted my van for less than £200. As I said earlier on in this video, I got quotes of around £4,000, and the fact that I've done it for less than 200 is pretty something. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it is a 20-year-old van and I am a peasant at DIY. So that being said, I am very ecstatic with the results. It is a damn sight lot better than what it used to be. And it just goes to show that someone like me, someone like you, can roller paint their van for as little as £200 and give it a new lease of life. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Peace out.